Okay, guys, I thought we would quickly go over the homework answers this week, just so we kind of make sure that we're all on the same page moving forward. We're almost at the end of this unit, so this is really just kind of to make sure that what you did last week you felt good and comfortable with. Okay, so I've got the answers already laid out here, and what I'll do is just kind of walk you through my thinking so that you've got them to follow up. So in the first one, we were looking at Andrew's Automotive here, and he had two different choices. Aiden had two different choices. So should he take the $4,000 rebate, okay, and buy the car, or the 20% discount, essentially what we do. So if we're calculating just the $4,000 rebate, okay, we're simply subtracting $4,000 from the $25,000 and we're getting a deal of $21,000, okay, before the taxes. In the second one, we were trying to figure out, in B, we're trying to figure out what 20% of 25,000 was. Okay, so again, remember we represent 20% as 0.2, okay, because it's our decimal, our 20%, two hundredths. Sorry, 2/10, which is the same as 20 hundredths, and then we multiply that by 25,000. Okay, which gives us a total of $5,000, which we would then subtract from our original $25,000 to give us the $20,000 deal. So in the end, it's actually better slightly to take the 20% off for Aiden than it is for the $4,000 rebate. Okay, because obviously $20,000 is a better deal than 21. Okay, $1,000 cheaper. In 2, poor SP and his Leafs. He was still not able to, or he was able to purchase the house, just not enough to buy them a cup. Sorry, SP. And so what we were looking to see was how much that had increased, his house value had increased in the last 3 years. All right, and we were given the number of 28% to see the growth. So again, we have to convert our 28,000, or excuse me, our 28% into a decimal, which is 0.28. We multiply that by our original amount that the house was worth, which is $425,000, to give us a total of $119,000. Okay, so when we have that total, then we needed to add that to 425, our original investment, how much the house was originally worth, to get a grand total of 544,000. Okay, now that's the one way we could have solved it. The second way, the more efficient way that I like to think of it, is that we just simply add the 28% to the 100%. Okay, so we know that it's going to be hopefully of the same value. It's increased by 28%. All right, so we said increase, so we can start at 1.28, and this just saves us a step. Okay, when we multiply 425,000 by 1.28, we get a number of $544,000. Okay, so remember my answers may be slightly off, and that's just because I've rounded all of them. All right, compared to yours. Number 3, Fortnite Francis, talking about his deal. So in the first part, calculate in A, we were calculating the rate of his salary. So we needed to take our contract, which is $725,000, divided by the number of years, which was 6, which gives us a total of $120,833.33 per year. Okay, that Francis would be making. And then in B, Francis agent Zach's getting 17%. So again, we need to take 17%, turn it to a decimal, multiply that 17% by the contract itself. All right, and we can see that Zach gets a one-time payment of $123,250. Okay. All right, so in number 4, all right, in Hunter's Clothing Store, we were looking at what was the better deal and how much the coat would end up costing us after the 8 weeks. So the first part in A, we were heading to estimate. So my estimate was simply that the jacket is around $300. Okay, and the discounts, when I add them all together, is around 50% off. So I'm probably going to pay a close to $150. That's a good estimate. Okay. In B, what we need to actually do is calculate the price Peyton's going to pay for the coat at the end of 8 weeks, including the HST. So what we needed to do was take our original amount, the $289.50, and multiply it by the 20% off. So what that means is what we're paying is actually paying 80% of the total original price, okay, because it's 20% less. So when we multiply by 80%, which is 0.8, I get a total of the jacket being worth $231.60 after the first 3 weeks, okay? After the 6 weeks, Okay, it drops by another 30%. Okay, so now I'm trying to find 70% of that $231.06. That was the price we paid after 3 weeks. So I need to find 70% because it's 30% of that number off of that number. All right, which gives me a total of $162.12 after the 6 weeks. Okay, so now at 100% of my price is 6 weeks. So now in the last one, I'm getting 10% off again that price. Okay, which means I'm calculating. Excuse me, I'm finding 90%. This should be a 9, not a 10. Times 90%. Okay, and that gives me a total of $145.91. That's the total price of the jacket before taxes after 7 weeks. So now to find out how much my total is going to be, I'm going to take my price after 7 weeks, $145.91, multiply it by my HST, which again you could do by times 0.13 and then add to that, or like I would like to do is just multiply it by 1.13. Okay, so $145.91 times 1.13 gives me a grand total of $164.88. So therefore, Peyton pays a grand total of $164.88 for her jacket. All right, so that one was a little challenging only because you needed to continue to figure out the new price after each discount. You had to apply the discount, then find that price, then apply the next discount to the price you'd found before and find that next price, and then the last one, and then multiply it by your HST, okay? In number 5, we're looking at 2 competing stores, so Maria and Renee's cell phone stores, okay? So again, this one sets up very similar to the previous question, okay? So for Renee's, we're simply finding 25% off of 730. So again, because it's 25% off, that means I'm finding 75% of the original price. Okay, I'm only paying 75%. So when I do that, Renee gives me a discount so that my grand total will only be $547.50. Okay. Whereas at Maria's store, I have to calculate the price after each of the discounts. Okay, so after the first discount, which was 5% off, I'm still paying 95% of the total price. So I'm paying this much. Then after the next week, I get another little bit of discount off. I get 10 more percent. So I need to find 90% of my price up here from the first discount, which was $693.50, which gives me the new price after the second discount. After the third discount of another 10%, okay, I need to find 90% of the price I paid the week before. Okay, so 90% of $624.15 gives me a grand total of $561.74. So when I look at the two, $561.74 and $547.50, it's clear that Renee's store is going to give me the better deal because it's a smaller number. It's cheaper to get the phone at Renee's store. Number 6, Mitchell had $550 in his bank account. He took out $50 to spend on a birthday present for his brother. What percent of his money is still in the bank? Okay, and how much could we have taken out if we wanted to make sure that 70% was still in the bank? So when we want to figure out part A, how much he was still in the bank, what percent, we need to take our number, okay, turn it into a fraction or a proportion. So he had 500 out of the original 550, and we're just going to then get a decimal, and we divide the numerator into the denominator, which is 0.909, and when I round it, it's about 91%. In B, we need to first figure out what 70% of our original total was, 550. So we're going to multiply 0.7 times 550, and that gives me a grand total of 385. Okay, when I subtract 385 from 550, I get a total of $165. So therefore, Mitchell takes out could take out a maximum of $165. The other way we could have thought about this is if I were to find out what 30% of 550 is, which is the same number as this, 165. Okay? And then finally, in our last question, and I apologize, it got cut off here, we needed to figure out how much Camilla's bill was going to cost after her tip, or how much she would be paying for her tip. Okay, so we're assuming that the bill came in with the HST of $45.37. All right, and then Camilla wants to give her good friend Charlotte a tip of 18%. Okay, and that's what this is up here. So how do I represent that? Well, I again like to do it the more efficient, quicker way, which is $45.37 times 1.18 to give me a total of 53.54 or $53.54. Or you could have done it this way, where you take the 45.37, multiply it by the 18%, then add it to the 45.37, which gives me a tip of $8.17 plus my original cost of my bill, which is 53.56, or when we round it up, 53.54. And so again, Camilla will have a total bill of $53.54 for her meal after her tip. Okay. Number 8, I'm not going to take up because that was different for everybody, but these were the first 7. Hopefully this helps. Please let me know if you have any questions. You know you can always reach me by email. Have a great day, everybody.